Hey Leos. Sun, Moon, and Rising. How you doing? This is your May 2018 monthly forecast. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And I am going to go ahead and put the camera down to the side. Like that, okay? Alright, I hope everyone's doing okay. Um, so I am going to be using, these are called the Lenormand cards. These are pretty direct, straightforward cards. I basically just read for what it is. I'm learning these cards, so I'll probably just try them out this time. Um, they're pretty neat. I call them coffee cards because they used to call it back then. Don't ask me why. Well, I know why, but it was because they used to read coffee grinds, and then the illustration, like for example the bear, um, the child, that's what they would look for in the coffee grinds. So they just made it into cards, and then those were called coffee cards for the longest time, and then yeah, the Lenormand cards. The person named Lenormand is actually has nothing to do with the cards. It's interesting, but anyways, we're gonna do your reading now. All right. I don't know if I have many Leo fans because I don't really see them on here, but I decided to go ahead and do your reading tonight. All right. So the first card that I got up from you guys was the Queen of Swords. So that is your overall energy for this month, or has been lately. You're cutting something out. This is something no longer needed. Let's see what this is about too. Alright, guys, why is the Queen of Swords here? Tell me the truth as far as why for Leo the Queen of Swords are here. And one more. Okay, so literally, I see that you're cutting through some of the bullshit that's been surrounding you lately. People who have, or things, people around you, the circumstances around you. There has been something shady going on. There has been something very unclear, and it was almost like a veil around you that you couldn't really see things for what they were. But you saw right through that. That's a way to put it. There was somebody trying to play something on you, but you saw right through it. Or this has been going on for a while, and now you're just like, okay, that's enough. I know what I can see right through you. That's being very transparent and just deciding that that's not something you want to do anymore. So, all right. So that is that energy. Let's see how you feel about that. And like when you guys decide to cut something out, it really means you are cutting something out. Also, you may be dealing with an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. And you're figuring out that maybe they're the ones that are causing the illusion, being very delusional with you, or trying to be, or vice versa. Okay, let's see how. Okay. Alright, so then we got the Temperance card. So some of you also may be dealing with Sagittarius. I feel like you guys are being very logical about it. It's a head over heart matter, but you're kind of um, you're you're letting it go because it's just, I feel like it's, you're more at peace and you're more like, um, you know, you're kind of happy with the way things, like you're not having to deal with this anymore. You're not having to deal with this confusion and this uh, illusion and just not knowing what's going on, or you know, this is also maybe about a decision that you've been putting off for a while, that you weren't really sure what to do about this certain circumstances, but then you finally made the decision, the choice, and that's putting you here as well. This is like the, you know, the head over heart matter, where you you equally gave your energy from the heart and the mind, and it's a peaceful transition. Whatever you did, whatever this choice was, it was in a peaceful manner. Like, at least now you feel the manner. Maybe the execution and the choice itself was difficult, but you just did it anyways. Or whoever you cut was very cold and very like done deal. Also, you may have been dealing with a water sign as well. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But this is how you feel about yourself. You feel like you made the right choice for yourself. You're pretty at peace with your choice, with your decision making. All right. All right. Let's go ahead and see how they feel, and then, well, yeah. Let me actually go ahead and clarify these ones. This one really quick. Okay. So clarify the Temperance for me. Yeah, you're pretty happy. Pretty happy with this. I see the Three of Cups. So I see that you maybe even going back to socializing again, which is, you know, something you like to do. You feel more comfortable in your own skin when you're out socializing with your friends, and because that's such a, you know, that's a very Leo thing. You guys have big groups of friends. You like to that's what makes you feel really good. Part of what makes you feel really good is to be around your friends around this time where things weren't so easy for you. All right, let's go ahead and see how they feel. How do they feel about the Leo making this choice? Okay, so yeah, this is somebody from your past. If this person that you have cut off, or possibly somebody that has been returning from your past. By the way, I feel like this is repetitive. Okay, let's go ahead and clarify the Six of Cups. And this is also could be a choice or something that you have cut through, and it's been around you for a while. Like this has been around for a little while. The Six of Cups. This whatever has been going on for you. It's been going on around for a while. Like you've spent years with it. This could also be stemming from childhood things that have come up, and it's been kind of hindering you in some way or another with the Seven of Cups. But this month, you are seeing right through it. And I could see why you would be happy about that, too. Alright, let's go ahead and clarify. Oh my god, it's too much. Clarify the Six of Cups. And just also, Six of Cups could also mean that you're going back to the way things were. Not like with this, but I mean before this confusion ever happened. You're going back to who you know you are. Let's clarify before I say anything else. Okay. Yeah, I just think, Yeah, you're starting over again. 10. Six of Cups with the Fool card. So you're going back into your inner child as well. Some of you may be starting over with this person returning, or starting over anew with the certain circumstances returning. Um, that could be one way of interpreting it. Remember, tarot, this is very general because I'm not talking to one person, I'm talking to many of you. Okay, so I'm throwing out different scenarios. Some energy from the past is coming back, and you may be renewing it or starting over with this again. For some of you, you're more tapping into your inner child. You're you're letting go of a lot of things that have been hindering you, making you see things not so clearly, and you're just kind of reverting back to the way things used to be before things were unclear, before things were messy, before things got complicated. You're going back to that start. You're going back to when things were more simple. Okay? All right. All right, so let's see the final card for Leo for May 2018. Okay. Okay, perfect. You got the completion card. Okay, so yeah, you're renewing your... Okay, so basically, the Fool's Journey, you're going right back to square one. So, good, because there's a lesson that you've learned here. There's a lesson through all this clutter and this unclarity that you had to learn. Seems like you got through it pretty good. Seems like you're pretty you're pretty satisfied. And again, you're reverting to the way things used to be. At the more simpler times when things were more easygoing. But take the credit because I feel like this is definitely you. You are just deciding to see things for what they are instead of seeing things the way you want it to be or have always thought they were. And that's a pretty brave thing to do. So that's pretty good. Okay, let's go ahead and clarify the World card. Okay, why is the World card here? Alright, please clarify for me the World card. What exactly is it that they learned? Okay. Temperance card again. So it's like, yeah. I think what you've learned here is to okay, there's been some spiritual growth here for sure, for sure. This is like now you are thinking at a totally different plane than you used to. And that has made you reevaluate lots and lots of things, including things from the past. And you're answering a lot of your own questions, so of why they happened and everything. So I feel like what lesson, because I asked what was exactly the lesson that Leo learned. Well, I think you learned that perfect balance. I think you learned how you have to forgive yourself just as much as you have to forgive others. You learned how to see things for what they are and use your head a little bit instead of wishing and hoping for the way things are, wishing and hoping for the way things would be forever and ever and ever. And now you're like, well, maybe... Oh. Sorry, guys. That was my dog. That scared me. Oh, man. sometimes, you guys, I'm not kidding, there's some things where, like, sorry to interrupt, but there's some things, I'm getting to the end of your message, your reading, but sometimes there has been like some activity at my house. So yeah, maybe there's like a little ghosty in here, and he just scared me. Okay, now I need to like refocus because now I just totally forgot what I was saying. Um, gosh, Teddy. Okay, so you're choosing to use your head a little bit more instead of wishing and hoping, and just so that you would feel things the way you would always want them to be. You know, you were in that la la world. Okay, you were here. You were in la la land for a while. That's okay. Everybody gets delusional. Everybody gets to this point sometimes. That's okay. But I do think um, you've you have chosen yourself to cut this out and think, okay, I can totally be a dreamer. I can totally wish for things to happen and want them to happen, and I can totally be there. But I should also be using my head. I should also be thinking a little bit more logically and stand up for myself once in a while, because, I mean, not once in a while, all the time. Because no one else is going to do it for me except me, and it should always be me. So you're taking that and saying, okay, I would like to see things for the truth, for the way it should be, the truth. I want to see things for the way things are. And that's changed you. That's like, okay, even if it means having to look at yourself, even if that means having to look at some of the things like we all do, on ourselves. Okay, so yeah, new beginnings. You're you're gonna just start getting ready for your next adventure, your next person that's ready to give, and you as well, ready to receive and give. And you're gonna do so with your new sense of self, the way you think, the way um, your new perspective now. And all you gotta do is just now all you can do is practice that, right? It's like a technique. It's like learning something new. When you learn how to think in a new way, or you understand things in a different way, it's almost like you have to think in a new way. You've let go of the old stuff, though. I can see that. I see that you let that go too with here as well. I can see that. I see you also are breaking a habit. Like this is I feel like Six of Cups is like repetitive, repeating things, returning, and I feel like you feel like you're free from that. And then of course with the world, following the world card only makes that confirmation even stronger. So that's awesome. That's something that's really awesome for you guys this month. So new, finally moving on to new territory. Finally releasing that past. Releasing that repetitiveness. Okay. Also, this is a month of communication because I'm getting twos. I got 2 wands and then the 2 of emotions, which is the 2 of cups. Okay, so a relationship grows closer as 2 people fall in love, or a current relationship grows much stronger, as this shows up. So this is also a beginning of something new, or it's a premature relationship or new, premature, immature relationship, just beginning, along with the 2 wands. So there's some communication with that. Could be a water sign, maybe, or a fire sign. But sometimes I just throw it out there, but it could be anybody. A relationship grows closer as 2 people fall in love, or a current relationship grows much stronger. Friendships may deepen into a spiritual connection. Mutual respect and understanding exist or will develop. Don't give up on relationships that feel challenging to you. There's still hope. So, well, exactly also what this one says as well. If this is a returned lover, returned friendship, returned whatever, and this is like now they've come back, um, this could also be a renewed relationship, a new start in a new relationship. Um, and it's saying there is still hope, so there's optimism here. The yellow means optimism, and this is something from the past. If this is not something from your past, or this is not something repetitive, then I see that there's a completion here. Um, Also, there's a cycle of a certain way of this dynamic relationship. The old dynamic of this old relationship is over. There's a completion here. If this is not something repeating from your past, then it is something new. Okay, so there's all certain circumstances showing up. Um, but there's mutual respect, and as far as I'm concerned, that does look pretty mutual because I'm seeing 2 of Wands. So that means pretty good communication as well. And also, if you need to, there might be some work for communication here because this to me can sometimes insinuate an immature relationship or an immature um, that's how do we say it, like a immature person who doesn't know how to handle their emotions very well and don't know how to express themselves. So this is a good month to work on that. You have the opportunity there. There's a chance that this is going to work. There just needs to be a bit more communication between the two. So yes, all about that love and friendship this month, Leo. Alright, so I'm going to try this card. So remember I told you in the beginning, I'm not too familiar with these cards, but I have my book here just in case. But these are very like direct. Very, very, very direct cards. I like them. These are not tarot cards. These are nothing but tarot cards. Nothing like them at all. This is not at all. These are called Lenormand cards. Same idea as like tarot, like how they became tarot cards. Like same idea with the Lenormand cards. But these are more like blunt. Like you just look at the picture and just like, okay, clouds. And that's it. Like then you have to put like the things together. Tarot is more visual. Lenormand is more like, words, very verbiage. So I'm gonna throw a few cards down and see what I get, just to just see what happens. Okay, so for Leo, what's in store for Leo this month? Okay. Oh wow. So like I said, lots of love and friendship. So there's commitment here. There's promises being said. There's commitment here. Let me see what else the other cards say. Let's pull one more card out. A lot of you, yes. It's like this is how it goes with Lenormand. It's not like there's not any else way to say it. It's just a commitment with a guy. And of course, guys, you all guys, or it could be a woman. Okay, like it's basically a commitment to one other person. Okay, even marriage. Okay, whatever. It's like whatever. Whatever. Commitment, relationship, promises, marriage. Woo! Man, you guys are on fire. What? 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 Okay, got the heart. So it's like honestly, it's very like so simple. Lenormand is so like to the point. Okay, so there's a commitment, there's a promise with one single person, and of course, it speaks for itself, love. So there's true love and commitment here. this is a message to any of you. So it's all about that. It's all about that love, guys. It's all about that two of emotions. You guys are deepening a relationship very strongly here, and a lot of it has to do with just knowing what you want, knowing what you stand for, and just cutting through it. Like, okay, are we gonna be together or not? Like, don't make this messy. Don't make this complicated. Let's make this. Let's simplify this. Are we gonna change our relationship status on Facebook or not? Like, let's make this legitimate. Cause you can go. I don't care. Like, you can go, or we can be together. Like, the choice is yours. Like, I feel like that's very like cut and dry with you guys. Say like we're gonna either be together or not. So. Okay. So let me know what you guys think on this reading. I like to read your comments. I like to get involved with you guys. I like to talk to you guys. It's been very quiet. I don't know why nobody's like been commenting, and that's okay. But I don't know. I'm just doing all live streams this time, so maybe that's why. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't notify people. I'm not sure. But anyways, all right, guys. So that is your month, May 2018, for Leo. This is Vanessa, Pink Moon Tarot, and I will see you guys next time. Okay, I also just got another message. Sorry. Commitment with yourself as well. Loving yourself. If this is not with one other person, this is about you, uh, loving yourself and promising yourself too. It just came up to me. I was just like looking at it. I'm like, okay, yeah, that too. But again, this is so to the point. So I'm always afraid to make another variation of it, but I think that's fitting. So, okay, guys. So I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. All right. Good night.